Willkommen zurück zu eurem liebsten Point-and-Click-Let's Play aller Zeiten, Baphomets Fluch 1. Und ja, nachdem wir in der letzten Folge ein geheimes Treffen der selbsternannten Nachfolger der Tempelritter, Nachfahrer der Tempelritter beobachtet haben und wir zumindest schon mal an der Stelle auf Marib einen Hinweis bekommen haben, gehen wir doch jetzt erstmal trotzdem nach Spanien, zur Villa de irgendetwas. Ich werde sie noch einmal aussprechen, weil der gute André uns den Hinweis gegeben hat, dass der eine Templer auf dem Manuskript jemand aus dieser Familie ist. Ein Vorgänger dieser Familie, deshalb gehen wir doch einfach mal hin. Ach, schön. Ave Maria. Der sieht sympathisch aus.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the countess and myself.
Okay, spannend.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh, yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Ah, so okay.
Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
Wie nett. Wir gehen einfach mal trotzdem rein. Ich glaube, ist okay. Okay, ist die Tür, da gehen wir jetzt einfach rein.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Er guckt aber auch direkt in dem Augenblick rüber. Da können wir nicht vielleicht einfach hier irgendwie was kaputt machen und dann geht er hier hin und dann können wir reingehen. Das hat doch schon mal funktioniert.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
Er glaubt tatsächlich aber auch, dass im Remaster ab und zu mal das Inventar ein bisschen geleert wird, dass wirklich einige wirklich unnötige Dinge auch entfernt werden. Aber vielleicht irre ich mich da auch. Kann man das irgendwie festmachen? Hiermit ist doch so. Das klingt doch ganz sinnvoll.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stopped.
Deine Hose?
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Nett. Nett, nett. Ich habe gerade übrigens nochmal gespeichert, weil, wie gesagt, ich könnte es halt auch manuell machen, aber es dauert halt einfach nur länger. Also von daher spielt es keine Rolle, ob ich es so speichere oder halt per Save State. Aber wir gehen einfach auch mal rein und müssen uns anscheinend verstecken, damit er uns nicht tötet. Ich hab da hinten bellen die Hunde. Deshalb verstecken wir uns hier.
The armor was about my size. I had a mental vision of putting it on and clanking off to see the Countess, with the gardener hanging hopelessly on the outside trying to stop me. Apart from being stupid and unworkable, it was a great plan.
Jetzt verstecken anscheinend.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Die Hunde. Ne, wir gehen direkt hoch. Was, ob wir da reingehen, dann erwischt er uns, schmeißt uns und tötet uns nur so, ich weiß nicht. Wir sterben dann wirklich, keine Ahnung. Man kann in Teil 1 auf jeden Fall deutlich häufiger sterben als in Teil 2. Ich glaube, in Teil 2 gibt es nur 2 Stellen, wo man sterben kann.
Madre Dios, who are you? You.
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Kann ich dir irgendwas zeigen? Ich glaube, ich habe jetzt nichts von Interesse.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Okay, und ich will nicht den Hunden verfüttert werden, dann nehme ich doch lieber die Polizeistation über Nacht. Dankeschön.
Lopez, Unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Werde ich jetzt eingesperrt?
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Dann können wir sie jetzt töten. Oder was meint ihr? Bin ich laut, leise? Ich weiß es nicht. Einfach reden. Einfach gleichmäßig reden, dann passt das schon. So, kann ich hier irgendwas machen?
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble.
Was haben wir hier?
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard! The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it.
Es gab hier im Remaster auf jeden Fall auch ein Schachrätsel. Ich glaube, das gibt es hier jetzt noch nicht, aber wir werden es gleich sehen. Oder zumindest nicht so, wie es da
It
war.
was too delicate to move.
Ist das Remaster überhaupt noch? Eigentlich wäre es schade, wenn es nicht mehr hätte, aber ich glaube, es hat es nicht mehr von den DS. Naja.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
Noch irgendwas? Glaube jetzt nicht. Das hier, diese komische Einbauch drin, können wir uns auch nicht angucken, weil es halt irgendwie, keine Ahnung. Sieht halt aus wie so ein Schrank. Irgendwie so ein Steinschrank. Reden wir mal mit der guten Dame.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Wie schön.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen!
Hose.
Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set. Oh, damn the game! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
Guck mal, jetzt können wir auch das Gespräch nicht mehr verlassen, nett.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Er ist vorsichtig, ist ja auch verständlich. Ja, wir sind irgendwo Fremde.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Guck, jetzt macht das Rätsel alleine. Glaube ich, oder? Da müssen wir noch irgendwie ein Rätsel lösen. Na doch, wir müssen noch was machen, aber auf der Konsole war es ein anderes Rätsel, definitiv. Im Remake war es ein anderes Rätsel.
No.
Ich erinnere mich.
No. No.
Ist das ein Reiter?
No.
Okay, wir können uns nur hier auf dem Feld bewegen, okay. weiß halt echt nicht, wonach ich sortiere. Gucken, also es gibt hier dieser komische Trommler, dieser Turm und dieser König. Hier haben wir so eine Reihe, da haben wir so eine Reihe. Ich weiß halt echt nicht, wonach ich die sortieren muss. Keine Ahnung, kann der vielleicht hier so in die Reihe mit den ganzen Leuten. Der König schaut, keine Ahnung, hier hin. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich tun soll, weil ich habe auch keine Hinweise oder so. No. Die anderen kann ich nicht bewegen, ne? Nee.
No.
Ich habe, wie gesagt, echt keine Idee, wonach ich sie eigentlich sortiere. Wenn man jetzt irgendwie alles anderes als alle Möglichkeiten durchzugehen, kann ich halt auch nicht. Steht ihr? Also ich gehe jetzt einfach nur alle Möglichkeiten durch, weil ich weiß, keine Ahnung. Ich bin doch einfach dumm, ich weiß es nicht, wahrscheinlich. Vermutlich bin ich das. So. So, das nicht und das nicht. Und da kann der Typ jetzt mit 1 runter. Okay, keine Ahnung. Weiß nicht. Auf dem Remake war das Rätsel besser, glaube ich.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
Todesfallen? Nee. Und wieder Nikos Apartment. Okay, das ging ja auch recht flott.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
Oh, jetzt haben wir den Heiligen Gral. Ist ja nett.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother. Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
Ja. Jetzt gehen wir sogar wirklich nach Marib. Marib sollte dann auch ein bisschen länger dauern als Dingenskirchen. Spanien. Spanien Zimmer. Okay. Ich mag mal die Autos, die im Hintergrund langfahren. Okay. Wieder ist am Flughafen. Der verreist ziemlich oft, dieser Typ. Hat er keine Ahnung, hat er immer noch Urlaub oder was? Das ist ziemlich langer Urlaub, aber gut. Irgendwas Neues? Nee. Gut. Aeroport. Komm, gehen wir auch noch in dieser Folge rüber. Wir haben noch ein bisschen Zeit. Und gucken wir uns einfach schon mal an, wo wir denn hier ankommen. Oh, da ist ja schon die Maus. Gar keine Überleitung, gar kein Überding. Naja, was ist hell? Komm, dann reden wir mal mit dem kleinen Jungen. Wir haben noch ein bisschen Zeit, wie gesagt. Wir können jetzt wieder über die halbe Stunde gehen.
Hey there, young fella. Speak you the English? Speak you the Anglese? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, si, and indeed oui. And rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Ah, Templar. Templar. Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow. And a stick man with a halo. Bing!
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an Inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on, I know all this stuff.
Never mind.
Hat keine Ahnung.
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
Komm, wir zeigen uns auch noch das ganze Inventar. Das möchte ich jetzt auch ein bisschen machen.
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything. One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest, people will come from far and wide to see my
Yes?
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Oh, a comedian. No surprise there.
What do you make of this?
Well, beyond the obvious, very little. That pattern seems very familiar, though.
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir. At least not while you've got that shake and shock buzzer clumsily concealed in your palm.
Irgendwann können wir es doch
You
benutzen.
noticed.
Outlawed in 3 separate arms.
Kommen wir jetzt auf. Sagt er was zum Heiligen Gral?
What do you think of this?
Excellent workmanship. 12th or 13th century. I wish I had things like that for sale.
Naja.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle pip, sir.
Toodle Piepse. Was auch immer. Ich glaube, im Deutschen sagt er so, das schaut sie dann so. Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher. Auf jeden Fall, ja. Vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.